Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. It is Thursday, which means it is time for a Christmas project. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a Christmas shadow box card. It is super simple, and I really hope you will feel inspired to create something beautiful and with a Christmas theme today. I'm going to use a cutting die from Crafter's Companion, and this one is 5 by 7 inches. Inside the packaging, you've got 3 acetate sheets, and the first one is the shadow box die itself. Then we have some nesting dies and also some embellishments, which I'm going to use to decorate the corners of my shadow box cards. So as you can see, this cutting die also has some scoring lines, and that's exactly what we're going to use to create our project. But first, we need to decorate it. So I had a look at my stash and I decided to use Nature's Garden Nativity Collection, a Christmas story paper pad. It is so beautiful and I really wanted to use it this year. Last year I decided not to use it for my projects, and I really wanted this special paper pad to use for this tutorial. As you can see, I already created my panel, and actually it will be smaller than 5 by 7 inches. I turn it over and use some double-sided tape because this paper pad is actually 180 GSM, which is a little bit thinner than usual design paper, so I thought using that double-sided tape is going to make it a little bit stronger. So now it is time to burnish all that score lines, and I'm going to use my bone folder from Crafter's Companion. However, you can use any scoring tool you've got in your stash. And to be honest, I do wonder, have you ever created shadow box cards? If you do, please let me know what is your totally favorite cutting die to do it. A few weeks ago, I created a very special project with a friend of mine, Paper Mona, and I used a free gift from a magazine, and I used a different shadow box die. If you haven't seen that tutorial, the link is in the top right corner. And I do wonder, how often do you actually create 3D Christmas projects? Or do you actually prefer to make flat cards? I'm really curious for your opinion, so please let me know. Now I'm going to use my paintbrush to actually help me to push that fold line inside, and this is very crucial because that shadow box has lots of dimension, and this is the easiest way to do it. So you can use a chopstick if you want, or a paintbrush, as I do in this case. And it's always a good idea to use liquid glue because you do have time to maneuver all those elements. And to be honest, I really like this cutting die. It is one of my favorites, but there are so many on the market, and if you have your favorite shadow box die, please let me know which one is it. So it's always a good idea to start with your longer sides first and then finish off with the shorter one. And this way we're going to have beautiful dimension. And again, if you need to add more glue, just do it. Do not hesitate. And you can always use red liner tape as well if you want to create this card really quickly. So when this is ready, we have to look and actually have our card base. So in this case, I do have 5 by 7 inches, and using my bone folder, it will be so easy to actually score it and fold it. Now I'm going to attach my panel, and it is super easy. And I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, because it really gives me that time to maneuver all those elements if I need. And it's always a good idea to burnish your card inside as well. And what I really like about that Nativity, a Christmas story paper pad, that actually it has some foiled elements as well. But now it is time to use one of the elements, and these are just so beautiful. I really wish Crafter's Companion had a stamp like this, because it is one of my favorite images for Christmas, and I think Nativity is just so special. We do make cards with some beautiful bubbles, like if you haven't seen that video, the link is in the top right corner, where I created 3 different cards with a modern twist using beautiful stamps from Chloe. And As I said, I absolutely love Nativity, and I think this is so special for Christmas. And now when we have the sentiment, and as you can see I also have that star, but it is time to add a little bit more color. So I use one of the corners and I die cut it 4 times from 300 GSM white card, and I'm going to use price ribbon distress oxide ink. And if you're interested in any products I use in today's video, I left the names and also some links in the description down below. And if you use my affiliate links, that really supports my channel, so thank you so much if you do it. And I do wonder, have you ever created a shadow box Christmas card? If you haven't, maybe today is the day, because they are so beautiful and they actually add so much interest to all our projects, and they just stand really proudly on a flat surface. And as you saw, I had a mark on one of the corners, so I die cut one more time one of the corners and I added that distress oxide ink. And now it is time to attach them and our card will be nearly ready. So as you can see, it is super simple, super quick, so choose any paper part from your stash. Any stamp you can color it in using markers, watercolor markers or pencils, and just use any frames you've got in your stash. It is super simple, but it is really beautiful and stunning. This card actually took me about 20 minutes to create, so it was extremely simple. But when I was creating this one, I was so excited, and I actually created 2 more shadow box cards using the same paper part, A Christmas Story from Crafter's Companion, and you will see that in a minute, so stay tuned for that. And to add a little bit more dimension and interest, I'm going to apply a little bit of double-sided foam adhesive on our Mary, Joseph and Jesus, and I think this actually gives shadow box even more interest. And I do wonder, how often do you make Christmas cards with nativity elements? Do you like it, or do you actually prefer some bubbles, snowflakes or penguins? Please let me know in the comments down below. And as I said before, I decided to have Christmas edition crafting every single Thursday on my channel, and that will last until Christmas. So if you need some inspiration, please check all my videos. And I also created the playlist with some of the Christmas projects from last year, so you can check it out as well. I had to add a few gold gems, and there is plenty of space to write your message inside, and the card is finished. Now you can see 2 other shadow box cards I created using the same design paper and also the same cutting die from Crafter's Companion, and on one of the cards I used Polish sentiment. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget that every Monday I've got personalized cards, and on Thursday I do have Christmas edition crafting. Have a wonderful day and see you in my next video.